Hello and welcome to this latest edition of Deccan Herald Newsroom. Today we are going to discuss the impact of Dalit politics in Bihar elections. The countdown for the polling has already started, and joining me today is Venkatesh Ramakrishna, who is earlier with Frontline and has covered extensively heartland politics both in UP and Bihar, and my colleague Shemin Joy. I'll start with you, Venkatesh. Unlike in UP, where the rise of BSP, Mayawati, Kashiram, there has been a very clear emphasis laid on or delineation of Dalit politics in the state. But post Jagjivan Ram, that has not happened in Bihar, isn't it? Except for Ramvilas Paswan, who has reached out to a particular community, that is Paswans and Dushats.
Yeah, absolutely right. But then because and also the Dalit politics in Bihar has got fragmented. Basically, even Mayawati, who had some influence in districts adjoining Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. So the Dalit politics in Bihar has not developed as a uniform. Whereas Uttar Pradesh, if you look at it, the Chamar community, of which Mayawati is essentially the primary representative of, they form a very substantive chunk of the Dalit community in Uttar Pradesh, and in almost all elections till the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, if you look at the history of the Chamar voting, they have voted en bloc for the Bahujan Samaj Party. Whereas that is not the case in Bihar. And in Bihar, the Paswan community, which is the single most important community component of the parties which were led by Ramvilas Paswan first and later by his son, his brothers of the various Paswan denominations. They form only less than 10% of the total population, and even among the Dalit communities, they're not a redoubtable majority. So I think, as very rightly pointed out, in Bihar, the Dalit politics was essentially linked to the kind of Congress politics which was advanced during the period of Nehru and Indira Gandhi to a large extent, and of course, to a much limited extent during the period of Narasimha Rao. Of course, as all of us know, how the Narasimha Rao regime was instrumental in the Congress losing its backward caste and Dalit support. So, Bihar Dalit politics was not essentially a politics of the Dalit assertion. In Uttar Pradesh, under Kanshiram and Mayawati, Dalit politics has been a politics of Dalit assertion, where, Dalit assertion in various forms came to the fore, and they had a brief combination with the backward caste community through the SP-BSP alliance, SP led by Mulayam Singh Yadav, and later the BJP alliance also, Vanshira was able to formulate the slogan where they said that Dalits and Brahmins can be, can come and join hands to advance their politics. So basically, what I would say about the Dalit politics in Bihar is that it has not been uniform in the sense, it does not have a uniform party, it does not have a uniform leader.
Yeah, you're correct. Let me bring in Shemin Joy here. Shemin, come at the election season, and then there is obviously politics around caste, because that seems to be, and that the reality is that is one of the most binding fault line within the Indian polity. One may like it or if you don't like it, but in the recent 1 month we have seen two incidences, though they have been far away from Bihar. Congress in particular has tried to raise these two issues in particular concerning Dalit. One has been the recent tragic death, suicide of an IPS officer in Haryana, Kadar, in Chandigarh, and then the incident in the Supreme Court, where Congress leaders were very quick to respond to the situation, and top leadership, in fact Rahul Gandhi was there this afternoon. So do you see this part of the Congress's larger social justice plan, wherein it is trying to regain or recapture its old position amongst the weaker sections? Or do you see this in any way related to Bihar polls? We have seen what happened during the Lok Sabha elections, when Save Constitution campaign very silently did its work within a section of the electorate?
So it is both, I would say. And it's part of the larger social justice plank, as well as when obviously every parties will look at the political gains through certain incidents. Congress is actually using, as usual any party would do, and Congress is doing that. Congress today, Rahul Gandhi visited Chandigarh to meet the family of Y. Puran Kumar, the IPS officer. You have to understand that an IPS officer is claiming, he in his final note, the suicide note, he is talking about blatant caste discrimination, targeted mental harassment, public humiliation, and talking about atrocities. So Congress is trying to identify with the victim family. Second incident which you referred was to the throwing of or attempted throwing of a sandal at the CJI. So these incidents Congress has actively, very strongly taken up. There were joint statements by by the Congress President and Rahul Gandhi. Then Sonia Gandhi and Kharge writing to the wife of Puran Kumar. These kind of incidents shows that Congress wants to take it up. Now, when you look at Bihar, what suddenly comes to my mind is the 2015 one statement by the RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat. It changed the entire the election narrative. Now, I'm eagerly watching how these two incidents, plus the one in Raebareli where a Dalit man was killed, lynched basically, suspecting him of being the thief. So I don't know how these things, I'm eagerly waiting to see how these things will pan out as a narrative.
Okay. I think Venkatesh, you covered the 2024 Lok Sabha elections very closely, especially in UP. Now, vis-a-vis the other backward classes, the Dalit voter is not a very vocal voter. It doesn't react to situations. It generally tends to react, or its sentiment is expressed when they are pressing or when they're casting their ballots. Only when the votes are counted, you come to know that what sort of sentiment or messaging has gone about. So in these circumstances, we also see that BJP was they are very conscious about these incidents, considering that Prime Minister called the Chief Justice of India that very evening. And thereafter, the DGP, Director General of Police of the state of Haryana, has been asked to go on leave till the investigations are on. So for BJP, I think these are issues, especially they understand. This current BJP is very conscious of the impact the caste fault lines and the caste-based issues can have on electoral politics, isn't it?
No, absolutely. I think the BJP has been conscious of these facts and the kind of caste dynamics in the larger polity of India. BJP has been a party which is very conscious of this right from the early 90s. In fact, right through the Ayodhya movement. And I think even the Ayodhya movement was kind of formulated in such a manner. You would remember we were all, reporters covering the Ayodhya movement. And there were people like Govindacharya, who created this whole idea of social engineering, who kind of, was the one who advanced that idea of social engineering for the BJP. So right from that moment, BJP has been aware of the various, dynamics, the caste dynamics that plays out in the larger society, and how the backward caste and the Dalits have to become part of their pan-Hindu identity that the Sangh Parivar is trying to create. So that angle has always been there. But I think what has now happened, now you will see that, that the BJP and the Sangh Parivar, they are more pronouncedly advancing their pro-Dalit or extremely backward caste politics because of the setback they received in 2024 elections, and the opposition was able to, build up a very, very strong, movement, which kind of highlighted how the BJP was trying to sabotage the constitution and how it was trying to sabotage Ambedkarite values. The kind of extreme caution that you are seeing in the way that BJP leadership is handling Dalit issues and Dalit, especially prominent Dalit figures like the Chief Justice, I think it only shows today that they've learned the lessons for the 2024 reverses that they have suffered, which kind of ultimately led the BJP to lose a majority of its own.
Okay. Shamin, in Bihar, especially if you were to look at it, as compared to Uttar Pradesh, Congress's downslide has been much more vis-a-vis UP. UP, because of the Gandhi family, they've still been able to maintain some pockets of stronghold. Even in the worst situation, they would manage to win few seats. But they have not been able to sort of create leadership in the state at every level, neither at the upper caste level nor even amongst the Dalits and the OBCs. Now, when you're trying to make social justice an issue, bereft of leadership, does it really have an effect? Because unless you have a face to the social agenda that you're trying to project or portray, does it really work? That's a lacuna which Congress has faced over the years in Bihar, especially in Bihar.
See, there was a senior Bihar Congress leader when we were interacting with him. In a lighter vein, to a question he said, we asked him, who is your Bihar face? A similar question was posed to him. So he chuckled and said, our Bihar leader is Rahul Gandhi. So they are banking a lot on his popularity, but at the same time they have started a little bit of a messaging, appointing a Dalit as the Bihar Congress leader. They are slowly building up. They are trying to build a leadership at the lower level through the new organizational revamp program and all. Suddenly, they have a new party in charge in the last 6-7 months who is working on the ground. But still, Congress need to have a face, a stronger face who can mobilize people. So that is what is lacking at this moment. And they have only popular face for the Congress in Bihar is Rahul Gandhi. But Rahul Gandhi is not a Bihari. So they have to work hard. They have to find places. They have find new leaders at the local level, at the grassroots level. It will take time.
Now, one last question, Venkatesh. When we talk about Bihar and compare it to UP, the social justice movements in Bihar have been more pronounced. The space of the social justice movement is more cluttered. There have been aggressive socialists in the past who have sought to occupy that space. Then there have been active Maoist left extremist organizations who have tried to find support in the same support base. Then left parties vis-a-vis Uttar Pradesh, they have been much more pronounced in their approach in Bihar. Earlier CPI in North Bihar, and later now we see that the emergence of Communist Party of India, Marxist-Leninist liberation in southern Bihar. Do you think because of this cluttered polity and multiple political outfits, figures trying to reach out to this particular segment, that it has Congress has found it really difficult to stay afloat, especially among the backward communities, the Dalits there?
Well, the thing is, I would put it differently. I would say it reflects the dynamism of Bihar's social justice politics. Because, as Mao said, that 100 flowers bloom. And I think, Bihar is a very actively politically thinking society. You find the Lohiites, you find people, nuanced people who kind of support Prakash Narayan. We have a Lalu Prasad Yadav brand of social justice politics. Then, as you very rightly pointed out, among the lowest of the lowest Dalit communities, you will see the CPI Male, and then you have a leader like Jidan Ram Manji, who himself has kind of carved out a kind of.
And you have socialists who have aligned with the BJP also.
Yeah. So, of course, even Lohi aligned with the BJP. If you look at social justice. So, basically, I see that Bihar has got tremendous cultural dynamism, and it is kind of coming out in this fragmented manner. And as you very rightly pointed out, this kind of dynamism, Congress has never been capable of accommodating this kind of dynamism. Perhaps the only time that Congress was able to accommodate this type of extreme, totally explosive political creativity was only during Nehru's period. After that, Indira Gandhi kind of, resorted to strong arm tactics, and people like Rajiv Gandhi, Narasimha Rao had no clue what actually had hit them. So I think Rahul is trying to make amends, but he's too soft to kind of, to get together all sections of the people to a normal, to single political stand. And also, I think personally, Rahul Gandhi is making a mistake by kind of advocating this backward caste politics. Forget about Lalu, people like dynamic leaders like Lalu Yadav. I don't think Rahul Gandhi is in a position to make a big headway into the kind of spaces that are occupied by people like Akhilesh Yadav or Tejas Yadav. So it should have been better for the Congress leadership to get back to its original Dalit Brahmin combination instead of kind of trying to move the backward caste. This is my personal opinion. I don't know whether you would agree to this, but then that's a long debate also. I don't think that we have enough time for that.
Yeah, thank you, Venkatesh. Thank you, Shimin. That's all we have today, and Venkatesh will catch up with you later when you're traveling in Bihar later this month.
Look forward to it. Look forward.
Yeah, I look forward. Thank you very much. That's all we have in today's edition. See you tomorrow, same time.